She faced bullets, assassination attempts, diabolical attacks, bribes and betrayals, but remained unwavering in her responsibility and never backed down. Who was this dauntless Nigerian woman? Have you ever wondered what it felt like to fall ill, then you go to get a medication, but end up getting worse, or worse still, you die?
Bad news. It is mass murder. The evil of fake drugs cannot be compared with any. But unfortunately, the world is not giving it enough attention. As evidenced by the fact that as I speak, there is no harmonized definition of counterfeit drug. Every country has their own definition. How can we carry out the fight with that kind of behavior or situation?
In an era where fake drugs was blooming in the Nigerian health sector, there stood a woman warrior that stood to fight for the eradication of these counterfeit drugs and their counterfeiters. Her name was Professor Dora Akunyili. Professor Dora Akunyili was born in Makurdi, Benue State on the 14th of July 1954 to Chief and Mrs. Paul Young Edemobi. She further went on to get her first school leaving certificate at St. Patrick's Primary School, Sofia, Anambra State in 1966. She then moved on to get her WASI at the Queen of Rosary Secondary School in Suka, Enugu State in 1973, where she graduated with a Grade 1 distinction. Consequently, she won the Eastern Government Post-Primary Scholarship and the Federal Government of Nigeria Undergraduate Scholarship. Due to her academic prowess, Madam Akunyili further to study pharmacy at the University of Nigeria in Suka, where she graduated with a B. Pharm in 1978. In 1985, she obtained her PhD in ethnopharmacology. Madora Akunyili was a member of the Postgraduate Fellow of the University of London and also a Fellow of the West African Postgraduate College of Pharmacy, as well as the Pharmaceutical Society of Nigeria. In 1981, she became a graduate assistant at the Department of Pharmacy. In 1990, she became a senior lecturer, and in 1996, she was made the consultant pharmacologist of the College of Medicine. She also served in several state boards and was named Supervisory Councillor for Agriculture in a local government in Anambra State. She also worked as a hospital pharmacist at the University of Nigeria Teaching Hospital, Enugu. In 1996, she became the zonal secretary for the Petroleum Special Trust Fund, where she coordinated projects that were funded by the profits of oil from the Nigerian southeastern states. And then in 2001, President Olusegun Obasanjo appointed her as the Director General of the National Agency for Food, Drugs, Administration and Control, NAFDAC, where she served till 2009. Madora Akunyili had a special motivation against counterfeit drugs in Nigeria. This was due to the fact that she had watched her sister die at the age of 21 after being administered fake insulin injections as part of her regular diabetes treatment. Hence, she set up a team of mostly female pharmacists and inspectors and started the war against counterfeit drugs in Nigeria. This led to the close down of many open-air medicine markets across the country. One outstanding example was a warehouse in Kano where her officers confiscated £140,000 worth of fake drugs. Under her administration, the agency was able to achieve a lot of goals, from brokers' jingles on radios and TV to make the public aware of these substandard drugs and encourage them to always report any suspicious drugs, to publishing lists of counterfeit supplies on newspapers, to implementing technologies and launching campaigns to combat this counterfeiting, as well as liaising with other countries for drug testing. She also raided warehouses, closed down illegal factories, and publicly destroyed these seized fake drugs. A typical example was in July 2003 when the International Children's Heart Foundation came to Nigeria to operate on sick children in a hospital in Enugu State after 4 children died in what seemed to be a case of fake medical supplies. Despite a confrontation of what seemed to be a cover-up from the hospital, Dora Akunyili was able to retrieve these supplies and found fake adrenaline, fake muscle relaxants, and infected intravenous drips. In June 2006, it was said that she had secured convictions of over 45 counterfeiters with 56 cases pending. In fact, her work created more awareness about the dangers of these counterfeit drugs, which led to a more direct and purposeful surveillance at the Nigerian customs. Her work drastically reduced the circulation of counterfeit drugs from 80% to 15% as at 2006. Then in 2008, Dora Akunyili was appointed the Minister of Information and Communication, where she launched the Nigeria Good People, Great Nation campaign. She later resigned on the 16th of December 2010 after 2 years of active service to run for the office of Senator representing Anambra State Central at the National Assembly under the All Progressive Grand Alliance in April 2011. Dora Akunyili was married to Mr. Chike Akunyili, who was a medical doctor, and they had 6 children: Ijeoma, Edozie, Somto, Njideka, Chidiogo, and Obunemi Akunyili. In 2012, her book, The War Against Counterfeit Medicine: My Story, was published. Unfortunately, Dora Akunyili died in a specialist cancer hospital in India on the 7th of June 2014 after 2 years of battling with uterine cancer. Her funeral held on the 27th and the 28th of August, and it was attended by dignitaries from within and beyond Nigeria. Amongst these dignitaries was the former President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan and the former military ruler General Yakubu Gowon. Dora Akunyili received over 900 awards throughout her career. This is the highest number of awards ever received by any Nigerian. In fact, history reveals that an additional 100 awards were later found in her boxes. Amongst these awards were the OFR Order of Federal Republic, the Time Magazine Award 2006, the Award of Excellence Integrated World Services December 2005, the African Women Virtuous and Entrepreneurial Merit Award 2005, and Integrity Award 2003, amongst many others. Dora Akunyili is widely respected for her courage, integrity, and dedication to the public sector. In fact, her war against counterfeit drugs is considered a great achievement in the Nigerian public health sector. Her legacy continues to inspire others to fight against corruption and also to promote public health. In Anambra State today, a Women Development Center is built and named in her honor. In her words, if you save a life, you save a nation. And I will leave with this parting words from Dora Akunyili, where she said, if we can all stand up for what is right, there will be no room for wrongdoing in our society. I hope this message leaves room for reflection in our hearts to always stand up for what is right. Till we see you in our next story. Thanks for watching and bye.